Hello, all you Gare Bears around the world, and welcome to another edition of the Gare Bear Review. Yes, in case you haven't noticed, we are back from the last issue, and we are back with another one today. And if you cannot identify the logo behind me, yes, we're going to go over the MockingJay Part Uno. That is one. I think it's Spanish. I wouldn't know because I don't speak it. But yes, MockingJay Part 1, Hunger Games, because of course, why not beat the shit out of a franchise by making the last book into two bloody freaking movies and spend that money. So yes, Mockingjay. The storyline was good, wasn't great, but it was good. It flowed all right. It was well thought out, I guess you could say. Now, as for someone who has never read or actually cared about this franchise, this movie actually has a lot of flaws in it. Now, the one of the obvious ones is that there was a complete amount of surplusing of the dialogue here. It was all dialogue, no substance, with nothing to really gain from it. It was just pure and utter setup for part two, which is just annoying as balls. And again, coming from someone who never read the books, is saying this. Now, I've actually heard people from who have actually read the books, who actually enjoy this franchise, who actually know it's part of this, it's for setup 2, and have actually said this one is complete boring, and they cannot actually wait for the next one. I mean, but then again, they obviously can't next one to begin with anyway, so I can't really judge that. But it's fine, which is fine. But you should end the film on the right note. On an intense cliffhanger. Oh my God, I can't believe they're gonna do this. But wait, next time they'll be back. Not looking at the camera again. If you remember the previous one, I think it was either 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. I'm trying to think now because I don't remember. But it was she was she was on on a hospital bed yet again. For the looking up at the sky, going, "I'm coming for you, Snow." Like every fucking movie of this franchise has ended like that. Every single goddamn time it had. Now that I think about it, it's every single time. She's always on a hospital bed looking up. In this one, it's the same exact thing. It does not end on a really big cliffhanger. It just ends with her looking out. And it's annoying. Now, the one thing I did like about this film is that it was basically basically the franchise is that it pulls the my favorite card, which is the Josh Whedon card. If you don't know what this is, it's basically having a strong female lead with a great actress pulling the load of the franchise. Sound familiar? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm sorry, but that was it had to be said. Jennifer Lawrence plays a big, brave, badass role. It's played by a girl. There are not a lot of characters in comics or in television or just in general that actually have a big load like this, and they to carry on a franchise like this. Sometimes it's hard. You know, I don't know I don't know how about they handled Finnick as well in the book, but the character did like a complete 180, like real quick. If you watch them consecutively, again, don't know how they handled him in the book, but I understand why. I understand why, but again, they have him like this big, brave, like snarky son of a bitch, like I'm gonna take charge guy, into a complete 180 and like have him as this like scared little mouse. Which again, I understand why, but again, give me the time. Give me the time shown. He needs to go a little nutty before he goes like super crazy. The way the films are going, it went from being boring and Snoresville to which is fine because it's the first one. It always has to give you the information, the context. To yeah, awesome giant clocks, great action. To this one, which is like yeah, already we get it. The they're fighting already. Snow hates her. She hates Snow. Blah blah blah. It's getting annoying. And again, this is all set up for the last one, and I swear I hope the main character dies in this one. Again, I've never read the books. I haven't had any spoilers yet. No one's ever really told me, but I either hope she dies, or one of the main characters dies. Ooh, you know what would be awesome? If Prim died, the sister. That would be incredible. Like, after all she's done and after all she's sacrificed, it just means complete and utter nothing. Like, that would just be amazing on every level. Look, honestly, it would be hilarious yet like strangely satisfying to watch that happen to this franchise because it just needs to go away, just like Twilight. It needs to just disappear. But look, honestly, they could have condensed a lot in this film. You know, for like again, everyone is telling me who's ever read the books, they said like they could have done like at least like 45 minutes on what they showed in that movie, and then the rest like midway through they can get to a good point where they could stop it and go for another one, which is fine, but they didn't do it right. It wasn't done the right way, from at least from my point of view. There's a lot of useless scenes, like other parts here and there. You know, they weren't put sequentially. It was just annoying, and look. But let's get to the point. Basically, if you've read the book, it will be satisfying you. You'll be okay with this release, I guess. But if you're like me and know nothing about it, but other than the films, and you know what you think, it's going to be useless to you and ridiculous and well, boring. You know, girls are gonna take their boyfriends to see this, and like this guy, guys, I wouldn't say it, but it's a basic principle of action. This is boring as balls. So take as many bathroom breaks as you want. Go, go listen to music. Do something. I mean, if you want to go. But I'm telling you right now, it's boring. There's so much dialogue to take in. It's just utter, like, I can't even talk right now because it's so ridiculous and stupid. Um, just if you want to see it, because you watch the other two, go for it. You know, it's kind of like the Twilight, again, more Twilight thing where, oh, I saw the other two, I have to see the third one. That's pretty much why I did it. I saw the first one because it looked interesting. I saw the second one because I wanted to know if it was going to end that way. Clearly it wasn't. So now I have to watch the whole fucking franchise, and now I'm screwed. I'm screwed, I'm telling you. But you should not be screwed, because you guys should come back next time, because we are going over the Stephen Hawking movie, Theory of Everything. I am really excited about this one. Again, like our previous one, actually, before Hunger Games, I really hope this one gets nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes this year. I think it was definitely a contender, from at least from my point of view. But you guys will find out next time on the Gare Bear Review. So, bye!